So I've decided to show you the stitches we need to make this tree collar using the large 25mm crochet hook and this Bernat plush big wool. The reason I chose this wool is if you look at it, it's got absolutely no, it's almost like a fabric, and it's got absolutely no fluff to it, which means the pattern's going to show better. To start with the wool, I like to find the center and pull out the middle of the yarn, hoping to find the inside piece or the beginning of the crochet yarn. And then you don't have to, is it here? Yeah, then you don't have to unwind it and wind it all up again. It'll work just as it is. It'll stay solid. You don't have to worry about winding it all into a ball, all that kind of good boring stuff. Now I'm going to show you how to get started here. I'm going to start with a loop, okay? And we're going to chain stitches. Just wrap it around and pull it through. Wrap it around and pull it through. There's 10. There's 10 slip stitches. I'll do 10 more. It's 20. I'm going to make sure, go through all of these here. All the way around. I'm going to start at the first one, right here. I'm going to put my hook in the very first hole on the top, this here, and I'm going to pull through into a chain, into a slip stitch, and I'm going to chain one, okay? Pull that out, and I'm going to take and I'm going to put in put a pin in to that stitch so I know where my round starts, okay? Now I've got it going all the way around. Now it's a loop. I'm going to go in every stitch around, and now we're going to do single crochets. So for single crochet, I'm just going to go in this hole right up at the top, right here and here and here. See? I'm going to go right in there, and I'm going to single crochet all the way around. Now you don't have to count stitches because we have it marked, so we can just relax and crochet all the way around, okay? I'm actually going to turn the video off after I show you these because I want to have a few rows made so I can show you where we're going to place the waistcoat stitch and the waist. Okay, so here, let's do these. There's crochet, so you're going to put it in this hole here. Wrap it and pull it through. Here, pull it around, do it again and pull it through. Put on the top hole, wrap it around, pull it, yarn over hook and do it again, okay? Gotta remove some wool here. yarn over. This is a great activity for in the evenings in front of the TV set, especially if you're like me and get bored out of your mind when Hubs is watching television. I'm going to work this around right to the end, and then I'm going to start with the waistcoat stitch. Once I get a couple of rows of waistcoat stitch done, I will come back and show you how to do that stitch. So by the miracles of video, I went ahead and I worked. So there's your chain, and then I did a single row of crochet, a second row of crochet, and then I started our actual waistcoat stitch. Now the waistcoat stitch is really easy to do. It's simple. It's just like single crochet, with the exception that you put it in a different spot, okay? Now, I thought I'd show you two things here at the same time. I've ran out of wool, which is going to happen. And so to just add the next bundle of wool, I'm just going to go in here. Now, let me show you the placement of this. I'm going to put it in there, pull this through. And I'll make a single crochet. Now, after I'll come back and I'll weave this in and I'll weave that in, okay? But the thing is when you're doing the basket weave or the waistcoat stitch, instead of putting the hook there, you put the hook in the V from the row before. See that? So it went in here, and it went in here, and it went in here. So I'm going to put it in the V here. And when you look on the back side, there should be two cords on each side. And it's really easy to see with this large wool, much easier than it is with small wool. So we'll pull it through and we'll do a single crochet. Now on this next one, the same thing. I'm going to do it here. And you can even look ahead of time with your fingers if you want. And make sure when you're doing it that you have two on one side and two on the other. Okay. Oops. And do it again. Now, I actually went before I did this and looked at a couple of other people's videos, what they did with smaller wool. And they suggest that you always make sure that this stays nice and loose. Okay, so they said to make this twice as long. I don't think for our collar we're going to. I'm just going to make it even like this. Wrap it around and go through. And the reason for that is if it's a little tighter, and it's going to be stiffer to work with for sure, but it will also tend to stand up better. Okay, so there's the next one. I'm going to go all the way around, and again, you can find it on your own before you put the hook in, or you can put the hook in and look on this side and make sure you got 2 on one side and 2 on the other. See how easy that is to see? Pull it through. Okay, and we'll keep going around the whole thing. And when you get to the end, because we worked it in a loop, you just keep going until it's done. So not too tedious, actually. It's kind of fun because the wool crochets together so well. So big, right? So let me pull this out here so you can see. We have, here's our crochet. So this is 1, 2, this is only my 4th row of waistcoat stitching. See, and it's already about 4 or 5 inches high. Okay, so I will come back once I'm close to finishing it. Okay, now if you look already, stands up pretty good. Let's get it all nice and straight. See how that stands up pretty good? I think it's going to look fabulous. Happy crocheting. I'm sure loving making this. I hope you do too.